Opportunity is here tonight for a chance to pull off a stunner. That is what brings us to Rash Stadium. The Grayson County Cougars were here a couple of weeks ago, and everything that went wrong did go wrong. But now you have another opportunity, an opportunity to shake up the world. Grayson County and Owensboro, the opening game of the 2021 playoffs. And a good evening and welcome to Owensboro, Kentucky for tonight's playoff contest between the Grayson County Cougars and the Owensboro Red Devils. Sam Gormley with you tonight, so we appreciate you taking the time to tune into tonight's coverage here on K105 and via K105 Digital Productions. Coming up on our locker room show, we're going to introduce you to both the Grayson County Cougars and the Owensboro Red Devils, talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones, and give you the keys to victory for tonight's game. That comes up and more right here on the locker room show on K105.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back to Rash Stadium, where the Grayson County Cougars are preparing to take on the Owensboro Red Devils. We're about 26 minutes away from kickoff. Here, Owensboro enters with a record of 9-1. They've won 9 straight games since losing to St. Xavier to start the season. The Red Devils have won 23 consecutive district games, with the last loss coming on October 20th of 2017 to Graves County. Under head coach Jay Fallon, the Red Devils are 13-6 in the playoffs and 5-1 in opening round games. The one loss in an opening round came to Bowling Green a few years back. Red Devils finished the year ranked as the number 3 team in the RPI and the number 3 team in the AP poll. Casey Boone, the starting quarterback for the Red Devils, he has started the last 7 games, going 54 of 84 for 896 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. He's not necessarily as much of a threat to run the ball as his predecessor Gavin Wimsett was. He's only ran the ball 12 times for 34 yards and 1 touchdown. Tramel Barksdale is the starting running back, 953 yards on 111 attempts with 11 touchdowns. He's averaging 8.6 yards per carry. Kenyatta Carbon missed 4 games this season. He returned against Grayson County, though, has 43 carries for 453 yards and 8 touchdowns. Dion Winstead, he came in the second half of the game against Grayson County a couple of weeks ago, and he had 21 carries for 187 yards and 4 touchdowns. Jeremiah Goodwin is the leading receiver, 30 catches for 461 yards and 5 touchdowns. Khalil Rogers has 24 catches for 381 yards and 4 touchdowns. Ethan Pendleton is third on the team with 20 catches for 273 yards and 5 touchdowns. So it's Goodwin, Rogers, and Pendleton are really your 3 wide receivers that are going to get targeted here in this evening's game. Offensively for Owensboro, I'm going through these stats, so it's probably not going to surprise you that they average 49 points per game, which is the second best in the entire state. They've scored at least 35 in every game this season and 55 plus in 5 of their last 6 games. Red Devils also are a threat special teams. They have 8 special teams touchdowns this year. Maurice Moorman has 5 punt return touchdowns. Scoring defense, 18.6 points per game. They've allowed less than 7 points 5 times and more than 42 twice, allowing 123.6 yards per game through the air, 133.3 yards per game on the ground. Zach Clark is the team's leading tackler with 65 total tackles. Xander Early ranks second with 63. Team has 24 total sacks in the season. Jeremiah Goodwin leads the way with 8. And that is Savon Hines is second with 5. Team has 33 total tackles for a loss. Hines and Goodwin have combined for 21 of those. And they take the ball away at a high level. 28 total turnovers, 16 interceptions, and 12 fumble recoveries. And I mentioned that they have 8 special teams touchdowns. Well, their defense has 9 total touchdowns this season. So they have had, if I can do math quickly, 17 touchdowns that have had no connection to the offense whatsoever. Andrew Lands will handle the kicking duties. Grayson County comes into this game with a 4-6 record. We'll introduce you to them coming up, as this is Cougar football on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Cougar football on K105.
Grayson County enters this game with a record of 4-6 following a loss to Hart County 20-7 last week. Cougars in the playoffs for the 4th straight season. They've lost 4 straight playoff games dating back to winning the first in this stretch of 4 straight years back in 2018 against Graves County and that crazy game down in Mayfield a few years back. Cougars have only beaten the Red Devils once. On November the 5th, 2010, as almost 11 years to the date, they won here at Rash Stadium by a final score of 28-22. Kaylor Decker is the team's starting quarterback, 69 of 99 for 747 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's also carried the ball 66 times for 389 yards and 4 touchdowns, but he's not been as successful running the ball over these past couple of weeks since having a massive game against Breckenridge County a few weeks ago. Chandler McCready is the leading rusher, 82 carries for 514 yards and 9 touchdowns. Michael Wood, also kind of a change of pace back of sorts in the backfield. He is 69 carries for 334 yards and 7 touchdowns. Waylon Bruce has been added into acting more as a fullback for the Cougars. Hunter Toms, the leading receiver, 33 catches for 496 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's looking to cross that 500-yard mark here in tonight's game. Michael Woods, second on the team with 18 catches for 272 yards and 5 touchdowns. Jaron Van Meter has 15 catches for 172 yards. He also had a touchdown a couple of weeks ago against Ohio County. Owen Branchard, 15 catches for 138 yards. The Cougar offense has been kind of like a roller coaster this season. They've had some really good games, and then they've had some games that they probably like to forget. They're averaging 28 points a game. In their 4 wins, 48.5 points per game. In their 5 losses on the field, again, one of those losses counts as a loss, but they didn't play a game as they lost because they had a positive COVID-19 case on their team. So in their losses, 11.6 points per game. I mean, it's no secret that you can't win unless you score more points than the other team. Well, I guess I say that, and technically Barron County did beat Grayson County earlier this season because of COVID, but I guess that's like the one exception to that rule. Team is 6 of 14 on 2-point conversions this season. Defensively, 24.5 points per game. The defense, when these two teams met up a couple of weeks ago, only allowed 28 of the 58 points that Owensboro scored, as they had 3 defensive touchdowns, a special teams touchdown, and a safety did Owensboro in that game. So technically, the defense gave up less points than the offense and special teams, which, I mean, read into that how you want. Hunter Toms is the leading tackler, 74 total tackles, which is 34 than the next highest on the team, Cooper Goff, who is not playing in tonight's game. Team has forced 16 total turnovers, 6 fumbles recovered, and 10 interceptions. And in the last 5 games against the Red Devils, the Cougar defense is allowing 56.6 points per game. Jackson Kane will handle the kicking duties for Grayson County. Brian Jones is in his 2nd season here in Grayson County, a 9-9 record. We'll talk to him coming up next, as this is Cougar football on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley now joined by the head coach of the Grayson County Cougars, head coach Brian Jones. And coach, what were some positives from the Hart game?
You know, I think we had some guys really try to battle through some tough situations, got banged up and everything, and we made it through the game with everybody, and you know, some guys were questionable at halftime, and so, you know, that's something you like to see. You got to grit his teeth and try to, you know, get through it for his teammates. And I thought there were some things that were pretty nice in the pass game, and just got to do a better job finishing some drives and ending up with points.
We talked about Hunter Thompson on the offensive side of the ball this year, but defensively he has most of your team's tackle. I think he leads by 35 or something along the lines of that. How has he improved as a defender?
You know, he's done a really good job. We've tried to, you know, utilize his athleticism, and he'd probably have even more tackles if we didn't use him at some safety for some games. But there were some games we felt like he benefited us as a team being back on the back end. And, you know, at linebacker, we've tried to do some things to keep him clean and able to read and react, and he's done a really nice job of doing that. And, you know, in the kind of style of defense we play, you know, that position should lead us in tackles. And so he does a great job, you know, fitting into kind of the philosophy of this defense and being able to run side to side and make plays. And you got to have somebody that is really athletic playing that jack position that we got him at, and he's done good this year.
It's inevitable that if you lose tonight, it's the final game for your 7 seniors. Is that something you like to mention during your pregame talk, or does it really go without being said?
No, you know, I'll be honest. I'm kind of the opposite. I don't like to talk about the possibility that we're not practicing on Monday. You know, I wouldn't care if we were playing the New York Giants. For me, the plan is to be practicing on Monday, and I want that to also be the thought process in our kids is, you know, we're going to be here on Monday getting ready for whoever our next opponent is. You know, I think when you start to talk about, you know, next week not being here or tomorrow, I think you're giving up. And, you know, I don't want that in our kids' minds, and I don't want it in the coaches' minds. I want us to have prepared all week like we got a shot to win this game. And, you know, if KHSAA didn't think we have a shot, we wouldn't play.
You said after the game against Owensboro that teams like them expose you all in areas that other teams just can't. When you went back and watched the film, what were some of the areas that they exposed you in?
You know, I think one of the first things that jumps out is, you know, there's something we've talked to the kids about, you know, all year. As a defensive lineman, you see the mesh point in the shotgun offense being 3, 4, 5 yards deep into the backfield, and so your natural instinct is to go get them there. And by the time you get there, that area has no longer got the ball. You know, the running back has hit the hole, the quarterback has pulled and worked laterally down the line of scrimmage. And so when you run at that point, oftentimes you get there and there's nothing. And we try to tell the kids, that's kind of fool's gold. You've got to play laterally flat down the line of scrimmage. And if the running back is coming forward and he comes through your gap, you're there. But if somebody else is working laterally and you work laterally, you got a chance to make the play and keep it inside and things like that. And we did a really bad job, that game of rushing upfield and the running back hitting inside zone underneath us for some big plays. So that's one thing that kind of jumped out is us rushing up the field and not staying, kind of flat down the line of scrimmage, and that's something we need to improve upon. Or they'll have a big night tonight. And, their quarterback has never been, even when it was Gavin, not somebody that they want pulling and running the ball a ton. If you're really playing hard inside on the running back, he'll pull it every once in a while, but we've got to stay at the line of scrimmage more and control that running back. It was probably number one that jumped out on me. And we got to do a better job controlling the line of scrimmage a little bit on the offense side of the ball so we can have some offensive success, give Kaler some time to throw the ball, and open up a few lanes for our running backs to get some yardage, because we're not going to be able to throw it 60 times. We're going to have to be able to run the ball some too. So up front, kind of on either side. I'm a big believer in, ball games are won and lost up front and controlling the line.
Owensboro scored 58 points against you all, but 30 of those were with your defense on the field. They had a special teams touchdown, they had a safety, and 3 defensive touchdowns. Does that at least give you any sense of confidence going in, knowing that those were almost things that were your fault and not necessarily tip your cap to them?
Maybe some, but, giving up special teams touchdowns is, there's nothing good about that. And, because at some point you're going to have to punt in a game and you got to be able to stop the guy from returning. At some point you're going to kick off and, you want to think that you're going to have a chance to pin them deep. So, I think it's nice to think that our defense, wasn't just getting blown up and giving up 58 points. But you got to win at all 3 phases of the game. I mean, you can't be decent at 1 and terrible at 2 and expect to win ball games, especially in the playoffs. So, we're going to have to do a better job in special teams and offense, and and keep our defense off the field some, and to have a shot in this.
One of my favorite all-time movies in sports, and really one of the greatest underdog stories in sports, is the movie Miracle on Ice. And in that, and in the speech before when they played the game against the Russians, there was the quote, "Great moments are born from great opportunity," and that's what we have here tonight. Your team has a great opportunity to have what would be one of the biggest moments in the history of this school. How do you make that moment or that opportunity turn into a good moment?
I think the kids have got to look at it as an opportunity. They've got to see this as a chance to play against really good players and challenge yourself to prove that you are also a really good player. And I think when we adopt that mentality that we belong and, in the conversation of being a really good team, you'll see, a lot of things that you would show up on film in a game disappear just from a change in mentality. And so, the big thing is we talked about that. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. We talked about it early in the season with Graves is, we get this opportunity. There's 2 ways of thinking of it. I have to go play Owensboro tonight, or I get to go play Owensboro tonight. And, we've got to have a huge mindset change. Guys that say, hey, I get to go play these guys tonight, and I get an opportunity to show that I belong with these guys and play against these guys. And then, I think some of this will just shore itself up with a mindset change. And then the second thing is, being technically sound and doing all the little things right. And, so they've got to believe it's an opportunity. We can preach it and talk it and, say it's an opportunity until we're blue in the face. But until they look at it and view it as an opportunity, it's just something that you talk about. And so it would be really nice to see our guys begin to look at the Graves game and the Owensboro game as opportunities. Because it really is, it's an opportunity to challenge yourself as an individual. It's an opportunity for us to challenge ourselves as a team. And that's where we got to get to take the next step from being, us and Ohio and Muhlenberg and Breck battling it out for the last 2 spots to make the playoffs to somebody that's really got a chance to host a playoff game.
Coach, good luck. We'll have more here coming up in the locker room.
Wash your hands, stay home, cover your cough. It's our new reality with COVID-19, and that means calling ahead instead of going directly to a doctor or hospital if you're sick. It means being more patient. We're all in this together, and we all have a role in preventing the spread. So, prepare, focus on the essentials, protect, keep some space from people outside your home, and disinfect a lot. Get the facts at kycovid19.ky.gov. Prepare, protect, disinfect.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Hey, boss. Okay.
I said I'm fine.
See you in the morning with the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it, and we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at? Underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Rash Stadium, where the Grayson County Cougars are preparing to take on the Owensboro Red Devils. It is the opening game of the Class 5A KHSAA playoffs, as the winner of tonight's game will play against Graves County or Breckenridge County. So how it works is that if Owensboro wins tonight, the winner of Graves Breck will come here next week. If Grayson County wins, Grayson will go to the winner of Graves Breck. So that's how that will work next week. The winner of next week's game is where you got to do some, as we like to say, you got to do some calculus, you got to do a little bit of trigonometry in there, maybe even throw some geometry right there on trying to figure out what happens, because you got to break into the RPI, you got to see what region you're in, and it is a lot more difficult than it probably needs to be. But that's something that Grayson County hopefully will have to get to the point where we'll have to do some trigonometry and some calculus and break out our abacuses to try and figure out what happens. But Grayson County is going to have to play not only their best game of the season, their best game of the Brian Jones era, and their best game, honestly, probably in quite some time, as Grayson's just going to have to do it. They have to find a way to, for one, as I was talking with somebody before the game tonight, if you play this game tonight 1,000 times, Owensboro will probably win 999 of them. Maybe not that much, but it's probably fairly accurate. But that means that there's one time, and all you need is that one time to go your way. And I think that the team needs to get off the bus tonight and say, hey, you know what? We have the opportunity to come up here. As I mentioned with my interview with Coach Jones just a few moments ago, as I went to the quote from the Miracle movie, Miracle on Ice. And it's, great moments are born from great opportunity. And that is what we have here tonight. And that's what Grayson County has here tonight. And that's what Brian Jones has been trying to preach to his team all year and all season and all week. You have an opportunity here tonight. You win this game, and people around the state say, whoa, what is happening at Grayson County? And that's huge. But to find a way to do that, you're going to have to play a perfect game tonight, and it's going to start with Kaylor Decker. And if Kaylor comes out here and plays his best game of the season, you get a ball to go your way here, there, everywhere. Maybe you get a call from the official that bounds your way. You never know. you never know what can happen. Let's jump into the keys to the game. First off, for the home team, the Owensboro Red Devils. The first one, score first. They did that last time. If they score first in this game tonight, I think it could get ugly pretty quick because that's going to be an immediate punch to the face for this Grayson County team. Second one is don't overlook. Listen, Owensboro, like we said, probably the 999 out of 1,000. They are good enough to probably win this game based on sheer talent. But you can't ever overlook an opponent, especially now, because if Owensboro loses, that's it. They're done. Grayson County's moving on. And the third one is get into space. They've got better athletes in Grayson County. If they do that, it could be a long night. Now the keys to the game for Grayson County. The first one for the Grayson County Cougars is believe. They have to believe that they actually can win this game. The second one is believe. They have to believe that they actually deserve to be here. The third one, guess what? It's believe. They have to believe that they can be in this game. And the fourth one, you better believe it. Pun intended. It is believe. Cougars just have to believe tonight. Believe that they can win this game. Believe that this is that 1 out of 1,000. You have the opportunity to create a great moment. And we'll find out here in a few minutes if they can snag that and see what they can't do moving forward. We'll take a break. The play-by-play of tonight's game is coming up next, as this is Cougar football on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connect.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
It's time for football in Owensboro. The Grayson County Cougars taking on the Owensboro Red Devils. It is the Class 5A playoffs first round here from Rash Stadium on the campus of Owensboro High School here in Western Kentucky. Owensboro is going to get the football first here. Jackson Kane to kick this one away, and he's immediately lining up like Grayson County is going to onside kick this, as the Cougars are going to be kicking from left to right on your radio dial. So we appreciate you taking the time to tune in here to tonight's coverage. Jackson Kane has 5 onside kicks on this season. Does he draw something up here in this situation? And I think Grayson County, like we have mentioned, you have anything, as the scoreboard is turned off. That might be part of the issue as to why we're waiting, as it looks like they're having some scoreboard issues here at Rash Stadium tonight. But you have this opportunity, and you're going to have to run maybe a trick play. You're going to have to recover an onside kick. You just have to have everything go your way here in this situation to potentially pick up a win here against a darn good team. I mean, Owensboro is is one of the best teams in Class 5A. Some people think they might even be the best team in Class 5A. And Grayson County just has the opportunity to take this. This team here, Owensboro, very possibly could win the state title. The scoreboard has been fixed, so it appears that it is about time for us to get ready here in tonight's game. Jackson Kane to kick this one away again. He has had Grayson County recover 5 onside kicks on this season, most of them coming on turf, and they're going to attempt it again. It's over to the far side, and he kicks it straight out of bounds, and that is where Owensboro is going to start off with offensively. Owensboro being led out onto the field by 6'1" quarterback Casey Boone. Boone is the junior on the season. 54 of 84, 896 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. And they do put a penalty that'll move the ball even further. So Owensboro is going to start with the ball in their own in Grayson County territory. As the kick went out of bounds, it's going to be placed at the Grayson 46-yard line. Boone is in the gun. He has 2 wide receivers down here to the near side. The running back, Barksdale, is to his left, and he's going to hand it off to Barksdale. Barksdale goes across the right side, picks up about 4 as he gets down to the 41-yard line. Grayson County defense, as they're set up, running that typical 4-4 look. Ben Rogers, Will Scott, Waylon Bruce, Owen Bratcher across the line. You have Van Meter, Toms, Lee, and Raymond getting the start as your linebackers. Your secondary of Chiefins, McCready, and Wood. This time going all alone in the backfield is Boone. 5 wide receivers on each side. Boone steps up in the pocket. He's going to throw over the middle. The pass is complete at the 29-yard line, moving the ball down to the 25. As that is a caught there by Ethan Pendleton for Owensboro, brought down on the play by Michael Wood. And the ball goes down to the 25-yard line. It's a 16-yard pickup and a first down for Owensboro. 11 minutes, 18 seconds to play here in the first quarter. No score between Grayson County and Owensboro. The Red Devils are driving early on. Red Devils in their home red jerseys with the white numerals, the white pants, and the black helmets. Grayson County in their all-white jerseys with the orange numerals and the white helmets. Handoff, Barksdale slips a tackle in the backfield, cuts back towards the middle, across the 20-yard line, gets down, keeps going as he gets down across the 10-yard line and down to the 9. Barksdale was hit in the backfield, and it looked like he was going to be brought down for a loss on the play, and instead turns it into a 16-yard pickup, and Owensboro is going to have it first down and goal with the ball placed on the 9. Substitutions coming in and out. You have Javius Taylor, the 5'5" running back, who's joining. He's kind of off as an offset tight end position. Boone, as it is under center, he's going to hand it off on a sweep play down here to the near side, going in untouched. That was Javius Taylor who enters the game, and Javius Taylor goes in from a 9-yard touchdown run, and Owensboro leads this one with 10 minutes and 38 seconds to play here in the first quarter. 6-0. That is Javius Taylor on the run. On to attempt the extra point. Andrew Land, 66 of 67 on PATs this season. It's the number 1 total in the entire state. He's 2 of 2 on field goals. In his career, 160 of 162 on PATs. He puts that down. It's long enough, and he splits the uprights. Owensboro strikes first, 7-0, 10:38 to play in the first quarter. This is Cougar football on K105.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Grayson County trails this one 7-0 after Owensboro takes a 4-yard drive going 56 yards to take the early 7-0 lead. Andrew Lands kicks this one deep, and it is going to be taken here by Grayson County at about the 13-yard line. It is McCready. He's across the 20-yard line, brings it up to about the 26. And he was swallowed up on the play there by Owensboro's Xander Early. Grayson County being led out onto the field by senior quarterback Kaylor Decker. Decker on the season, 69 of 99, 747 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's carried it 66 times for 389 yards and 4 touchdowns. You can give McCready about 15 yards on the kickoff return. And with 10 minutes and 32 seconds to play here in the first quarter, Grayson County getting their first drive of this game as they trail this one 7-0. Ball's placed on the Grayson County 26-yard line. Going in the shotgun formation, McCready will line up to the right. Man in motion shifts down here to the near side. It is Michael Woods. So that'll be trips down here to the near side. A little bit of a low snap. They're going to hand it off to McCready on the sweep to the left side, and he's dropped for a loss on the play. In there on the tackle was Ethan Pendleton, the 6'4" junior. And he's dropped for a loss of 5 yards. On the run was Chandler McCready. So it'll be 2nd down and 15 coming up for Grayson County. And Grayson just they need a drive here to start off with this game where they can move the ball. They have to score every time they touch the ball if they want to win this game. But it's one of these things that you can't have negative plays like that. They just need something good to happen so the wheels don't completely fall off like they did when these two teams met up a couple of weeks ago that Owensboro won the game 58-7. In the gun all alone is Decker. He looks to pass. He's being chased. It's a screen, and the screen is blown up immediately as it's caught and dropped for a loss on the play. As it was intended for Hunter Toms. He catches it, but was immediately hit and dropped for a loss of 2 yards back to the 19-yard line. Clark in there on the tackle for Owensboro. And it's going to be 3rd down and long for Grayson County. The ball is placed on their own 19-yard line, and the Cougars are going in the wrong direction. Minus 7 yards of offense already in this game. Let's see what Brian Jones will draw up. Chandler McCready will rejoin Decker in the backfield. McCready stands to the right of the 5'10" senior quarterback. High snap over the head of Decker, and he's just going to fall down on top of it back at the 6-yard line. And Grayson County loses 20 yards on their first offensive drive of the game, and they are going to be forced to punt. And this is a very, very similar situation to where they were when these two teams met a couple of weeks ago. Owensboro took 4 plays to go, just about 46 yards after recovering an onside kick. Then they punted, and the punt was returned on the play on that one by Maurice Moorman. He took it all the way down and fumbled at the goal line, and Grayson County got the ball back. As they're going to send Moorman and Barksdale back deep to return this punt. It's not a good snap. Grayson County's going to throw it, and luckily I think that was Jackson Kane back down there, and he just had to throw that away. I can't imagine that was a fake punt drawn up, but I think that was almost a play there of I'd rather have a turnover on downs on the 5 than give up a safety. So it'll be a turnover on downs for Grayson County, and Owensboro is going to get the football placed on the 7-yard line. 7-0 Owensboro, 8 minutes, 25 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. Boone will go under center. He has 2 running backs lined up behind him. A man in motion shifts. It's a handoff. Barksdale up the middle, lowers his shoulder, and he's across the goal line and into the end zone. Touchdown Owensboro. They lead this one 13-0 with 8 minutes and 18 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Tramel Barksdale, a 7-yard touchdown run. And the Red Devils are picking up where they left off against the Cougars a couple of weeks ago. So Tramel Barksdale on the run. That is his 12th rushing touchdown of the season. Andrew Lands on to attempt the extra point. 67 of 68 on tries this season. It's a good snap. It's long enough, and it is good. Just gets inside the marks. And Owensboro now leads this one 14-0 with 8 minutes and 18 seconds to play here in the first quarter. And we talked in the open that our keys to the game for Grayson County were simple. It was one word 4 times. Believe, 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 believe. And right now I'm not sure I'm seeing much belief out of that Grayson County team. And it's looking very, very easy for this Owensboro Red Devils offense. And again, I am by no means trying to take anything away from Owensboro. They are a really, really good football team. But that doesn't mean that Grayson County can't move the ball some against them. It's just, if you go into a game thinking you're going to lose by 60, guess what? You're going to lose by 60. And Grayson's just got to find a way here to turn it into a positive drive, get a positive play. I think your first drive here, if you're Brian Jones, you look into your book and you say, well, what is the best play I have here? Let's call that. Just get something good to go your way, because if not, you're going to blink and this game's going to be over real quick. Grayson County had a decent kick return on their last time up. And here comes the kick by Andrew Lands. They're going to again kick it here to the near side to McCready, who takes it at the 12-yard line. And they're going to flip it back here to the near side to Van Meter, who is driven backwards as he crossed the 15-yard line. As they did a lateral there, as McCready went back to the far side, pitched it back to Van Meter. And you know what? I like it. It's at least trying something. It didn't work, but you at least tried something. You know, and in a lot of ways, that's all you can ask for. Grayson County's offense went negative 20 yards on their last drive and technically went turnover on downs as they tried to punt it, but it was not a good snap. Cougars going to take over here with 8 minutes and 11 seconds to play in the first quarter with the ball placed in their own 17-yard line. Decker in the gun, hands it off to McCready on the left side. McCready's got some space as he gets across the 20-yard line on the run, and you know what? McCready gets that up to the 21. That's a 4-yard pickup. And you know what? Maybe that can be something that just, gets this offense moving, gets some confidence. 4 yards is not huge by any means, but it's helping. 4 yards can turn into 5 yards, can turn into 6 yards. Maybe you break a run. It's just against these teams, you just need sometimes one good thing to go your way, and sometimes a 4-yard run can be just that. 14-0. Owensboro leads this one, 7.5 to play here in the opening quarter of play. As it is going to be a handoff to McCready. Looks like he kind of fought with Decker in the backfield. Looked like Decker wanted to keep that himself. And McCready dives across the left side, picks up 1 yard as he gets up to the 22. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 coming up for Grayson County. Probably 4-down territory for Grayson. Not really. I mean, this is not the section of the field where you want to, but again, like I'd mentioned, if you pick up 3 or 4 yards here, I'd probably go for it if I'm Brian Jones. Decker in the gun. 3 wide receivers down here to the near side, 1 to the left. Cougars working from left to right. Decker will fake it on a misdirection handoff to McCready, and he is brought down across the left side. There was one man over there for Owensboro, and that one man got off of his block and ends up bringing him down at the 24-yard line. Only a 2-yard pickup for Chandler McCready. He had a whole lot of space on the far side, and it'll be 4th down and 3, and Grayson County's keeping the offense out on the field. Owensboro leads this 14-0 early on, 6 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the first quarter, and I'm not sure they have much of a choice. They're going to go under center in an I formation, and there's a false start on the right side. Jumping on the play for Grayson County it was Tanner Finley, the right tackle tonight. And now I think you might have to punt it, and that appears what Grayson County will do. That's tough, as that's going to push the ball back to the 19-yard line. Finley misread the snap count a little bit, and he jumps a full start. And it'll be 4th down and 9. Grayson County will again be forced to punt it away. Last time, they didn't even give it a chance to punt to Maurice Mormon, who has 5 punt return touchdowns. They get this one away. It's not a good punt, but it goes out of bounds, and I'm not sure where this ball is going to be placed. They're going to say it'll be placed at the 35-yard. Nope. Are they? Nope. They're going to move it forward a little bit more. And it looks like they're going to say the 30 is where the ball goes out of bounds. That is an 11-yard punt for Grayson County. And Owensboro is going to get excellent field position one more time as they lead this one already 14-0 with 6:08 to play here in the first quarter. Ball placed on the Grayson County 30-yard line. In the gun is Boone. He'll pass a screen down here to the near side. It is complete to Early. Early has a blocker across the near side. He's inside the 20-yard line. Down across the 15. He was wrapped up by Van Meter, but dove forward down to the 11-yard line. That's a 19-yard pickup on the pass completion to Early for Owensboro. They'll have it 1st down and 10, ball placed in the Grayson County 11-yard line. They go hurry-up offense one more time. 2 wide receivers here to the near side, 1 to the right. It's going to be a handoff right up the middle. It is not Barksdale, it is Carbon into the game. Carbon breaks a tackle, and he is going to trot into the end zone. Touchdown, Kenyatta Carbon, the 5'10" junior. an 11-yard touchdown run, and Owensboro leads this one 20-0 with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play here in the first quarter. And it is way too easy for Owensboro. They're not even getting touched in the backfield on runs. Andrew lands on to attempt the extra points. 2 of 2 tonight, trying to make it 3 of 3. Good snap, good hold. It's long enough. And he put it through. Owensboro has a 21-0 lead with 5 minutes and 50 seconds to play here in the first quarter as they lead Grayson County in this one. Not a lot of games happening from around the region here today, and in fact, obviously not a ton happening even across the state, as I know Frederick Douglass is facing Montgomery County tonight in the first quarter. They lead that one 35-7. Martha Lane's Collins leads West Jessamine 7-0 early on in the first quarter there, as obviously we know that our good friend Chris Gaither is the head coach of their boys basketball team. And a rumor has been telling me that he's bringing his Collins Titans team to Grayson County High School this year for what might be a little bit of a recognition of an important anniversary that happened last year that they couldn't celebrate due to COVID-19. And you'll be hearing more about that here over these next coming weeks as Meet the Cougar Night comes up here very soon. To kick this one away is Owensboro. They'll again kick it deep. And again, it is going to be caught this time by Van Meter. Van Meter's across the 20-yard line. He caught it at the 15. Van Meter has a blocker. He's across the 30-yard line. Goes up to the 34. Nice return by Jaron Van Meter. 19 yards on the return for the sophomore. And, wow, they're not – okay, at first I thought they were giving him the ball back to the 30-yard line, but they are going to give him to it. Really, they're going to say the 33, and I think Van Meter was up closer to the 34. 5 minutes, 42 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It is 21-0. Owensboro leads Grayson County. Cougars with their best field position of the game placed on their own 33-yard line. Decker 5 wide, all alone in the gun. And he drops the snap in the backfield, and he is just going to have to take it, and he's going to be dropped for a loss of 3 yards. As in there on the tackle for Owensboro on the sack. I believe that was Xander Early bringing him down immediately. And actually, it was Jeremiah Goodwin, the junior, and Decker just dropped the snap when he got it into his hands, and now you're looking at 2nd and 13. Decker talking to his team. Again, they're going to spread it out wide. 3 to the left side. 2 down here to the near side. It is Bratcher and McCready here to this near side. 3 out to the left. Decker looks to the far side. Pump fakes. Now he's going to throw. He's got a pass complete at the 30-yard line. Diving across the original line of scrimmage and getting up near the 35-yard line on the completion for Grayson County. It is Michael Wood on the pass catch, and he gets the ball up to the 35-yard line. Give him a 5-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for Grayson County. The ball is going to be placed on their own 35-yard line. 4 minutes, 50 seconds to play here in the opening quarter. It is all Owensboro early on, 21-0. This time they'll add a backer in the backfield to the right of Decker. Trips to the right side. 1 wide receiver to the left side. Decker will roll here to the near side. Now he's going to scramble, and he's brought down in the backfield for a loss. He was sacked from behind by Ethan Pendleton. And he is going to lose 1 yard on that play. And Grayson County has 4th down and 10 coming up. And, in fact, it actually looks like it's going to be more of a loss of 2 back to the original line of scrimmage of 33. Grayson County going to keep their offense out onto the field. And right now the punt game isn't working. Why not? It's 4th down and a long 9, short 10, depending on how you want to look at it. McCready shifts from the left side to the right side of the senior quarterback Decker. 3 to the left, 1 here to the near side. Cougars working from left to right on the radio dial. To pass, it's going to be a screen, and the pass is complete, and he has nowhere to go but slips a tackle at first does Michael Wood. And he's brought down up at the 35-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. And Grayson County is another turnover on downs, and the Owensboro offense is going to trot back out onto the field where Grayson County has had absolutely no answer for the Red Devils with 3 minutes and 39 seconds to play here in the first quarter. It is Owensboro 21, Grayson County 0. Barksdale is the back in the backfield. Jeremiah Goodwin is an offset tight end on the left side of the line. Casey Boone, the junior starting quarterback, in the gun. One wide receiver on each side. It is going to be a handoff. Barksdale, near side, big block across this near side. Barksdale across the 25-yard line, inside the 20, and down inside the red zone as Barksdale was brought down near the 12-yard line on the run. And Owensboro immediately moves this ball forward even more, as they'll officially place this down to the 12-yard line. You can give him 23 yards on the run. Tremel Barksdale came into this game averaging 8.6 yards per carry. Boone again hands it off to Barksdale, runs over a defensive lineman and gets down to the 5-yard line. As that was Stephen Lee, the freshman, trying to come in from the linebacker position and make a tackle. And I'm sure that as that ball is brought down to the 6-yard line, a 6-yard pickup, I'm sure when Brian Jones goes back and watches the film and sees Stephen Lee, the freshman, he's going to be happy that he was not fearless. He came in there, he's going to try and make the tackle. You got to love that for a freshman. It's a pitch down here to the near side, or the far side rather, to Carbon, and he'll go in untouched. Touchdown Owensboro. They lead this one 27-0. With 2 minutes and 48 seconds, Kenyatta Carbon gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. And this has gotten ugly quick here tonight against the Owensboro Red Devils. Lands 3 of 3 tonight, on to attempt the point after. Good snap, it's long enough, and Land splits the uprights. It is 28-0. Owensboro leads this 2:48 to play here in the first quarter. This is Cougar football on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can. Preparing students for life, equipped with real...
Go ahead. The kick here by Andrew Lands is an end-over-end kick. Jaron Van Meter picks it up at about the 14-yard line. Van Meter is going to be wrapped up and tossed down like a sack of potatoes. As coming in there was Maurice Mormon, the 5'10" junior. And Jaron Van Meter's not a very big guy, and Maurice Mormon picked him up and threw him down on the return. And Van Meter only gets that ball up to about the 18-yard line. Grayson County offensively just got to have something to go their way. They've yet to pick up a first down in this game. They trail 28-0 against the Owensboro Red Devils. As the ball is going to be placed here on their own 18-yard line. It's the shotgun formation. Decker, he is going to go quarterback draw and runs right into the right side of the Owensboro defensive line. And he's met there immediately. In there first on the tackle was Savon Hines, the 6-foot junior. And that is going to be a loss of 2 yards. Hines has been receiving some looks. I know he's had offers from Air Force, and he's been getting even some looks from some higher D1 programs. Second down and 11 for Grayson County, and I don't know really what you draw up. As I look over to the far side, though, the Grayson County Cougar mascot has made the trip here tonight, as he is trying to cheer on the Cougar faithful on the far side. 3 wide receivers to the left side. Decker in the gun. 1 wide receiver here to the right side. Owensboro showing blitz, faking the handoff, throwing over to the far side. He's got a man. It's complete at the 31-yard line, tight roping the sideline. First down, Cougars. Michael Wood pulls it down to the 31-yard line. That is going to be a 14-yard pass completion and a first down, Grayson County. Grayson County coached by Brian Jones. He is in his second season here at the helm of the Grayson County football program. 9-9 here at Grayson County, 21-59 overall. So he was previously the head coach at Todd County Central. And you know what? Maybe that can be the play that just gives some momentum to this offense. And it was a great catch on the far side by Michael Wood. Decker again looks to that far side and again completes a pass to Owen Bratcher. And Bratcher is hit immediately when he catches it. And he gets that ball up to about in fact, they're only going to give him a gain of 1 yard to the 32. 1 yard on the pass completion to Owen Bratcher. Ball placed on the 32-yard line of Grayson County. It is Owensboro 28, Grayson County 0. 35 seconds and counting to play here in the first quarter. Grayson County probably running only one more play in this first quarter, unless it's an incomplete pass, and then they might run one more. Two wide receivers on each side of Decker. He is a running back to his right. Decker fakes the handoff, throws, and it is complete across the first down marker, diving up across the 45-yard line. That is a completion to Hunter Toms, and for Hunter Toms, that now moves him across the 500-yard mark on the season. He's the first Cougar receiver in recent history to cross that mark. That is the last play of the first quarter. Grayson County trails this one 28-0. This is Cougar football on K105.
Hey, boss. Okay.
I said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost it. In my head, in my head, in my head. We were underlay in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone
Grayson County has the ball, first down and 10, placed at their own 47-yard line. Decker will throw, pass complete on the screen to Chandler McCready. It gets up to about the 48-yard line. They might give him 1 yard on the run, as the original play there was complete up to the 47-yard line. And they're going to say no gain. As at first I thought they were going to be a little bit generous, but they say maybe even a loss of 1 yard on the run. Be second down and 10 for Grayson County. They trail this one 28-0 as we start the second quarter of play. And this offensive drive is what they probably needed on their first drive. It's just you're seeing some momentum as this game moves forward for Grayson County in the offense. In the gun goes Decker. Decker will pass over to the far side. Wasn't looking, and the pass is incomplete, nearly intercepted by Kenyatta Carbon. And if he catches that, that's a touchdown, as he had a whole lot of green space in front of him, but Carbon, that one bounces out of his hands. And really for Grayson County, that's a huge break, as Decker was looking for Wood up the seam, and there was some sort of miscommunication there because Wood was not looking for the ball. And because of that, Kenyatta Carbon almost had the easiest interception he's probably had of his football career. It'll be third down and 10 for Grayson County. They need to get the ball to the Owensboro 43. They have it on their own 47. Two on each side of Decker. He's got a scramble, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield for a loss. He came across the near side on the sack, and bringing him down there is Jeremiah Goodwin, the 6'1" linebacker. And Decker is dropped for a loss on the play, and Grayson County is going to keep their offense out onto the field, as that's brought back to the 42-yard line, a loss of 5 yards. It'll be fourth down and 15 for the Cougars. It's probably one of these that you're going to throw it up and probably try and see what you can't, maybe get a pass interference call or something, just to try and get something good to happen for Grayson. As this drive started very well, but the quarter probably came at the wrong time. Owensboro showing blitz, and they're bringing it. Decker scrambles, throws, and it is complete. No, incomplete. As the ball hit the ground, and Grayson County turns it over on downs, Owensboro going to get the ball back. It is 28-0. Owensboro leads this one 9 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. I believe that they have made the decision to go to the running clock already here, with it being a 28-0 game. I think it's probably one of these situations that neither team wants anybody to get hurt. So Owensboro is going to get the ball here, 9:15 to play here in the first quarter. They lead 28-0. Ball's placed on the 42 of Grayson County. Owensboro is yet to run a play in their own territory. Boone throws over to the far side. The pass is complete at the 30-yard line, being shoved out of bounds. Eli Early, the catch and run, and that'll be enough for a first down, Owensboro. As the ball is down to that 30-yard line, give him 12 yards on the pass completion. Owensboro again sticking with a hurry-up offense. Carbon to the right. They're going to hand it off to Carbon. Carbon full head of steam up the middle. Spins off a tackler inside the 20-yard line and being brought down near the 15. Kenyatta Carbon just showed an extra burst and brought that ball down to the 16-yard line. 14-yard pickup, another first down for Owensboro. It'll be first down and 10 for the Red Devils. Knocking on the door of another touchdown. Carbon to the left side of Casey Boone. Boone will pass. Steps up, three-step drop, throws over to the far side, completes. A player tried to make an interception on it, and it's complete, and Barksdale catches it, runs into the end zone untouched, and it is another touchdown for Owensboro, and they lead this one 34-0 with 7 minutes and 56 seconds to play here in the first half. As the player on the far side, it might have been McCready. In a lot of ways, I don't blame him. He was going for the interception because if he makes that catch, Grayson County's on the scoreboard. But he did not, and it was an easy touchdown for Trammell Barksdale, and Owensboro splits the uprights. With 7:32 to play here in this second quarter, it is all Owensboro, 35-0. This is Cougar football on K105.
We the people are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many
on K105.
Welcome back here to Owensboro High School, where the Red Devils lead this one 35-0. 7 minutes and 32 seconds was when the touchdown was scored. 6.5 though on the clock as we are in the running clock situation, and Owensboro going to kick this one away one more time as it is 35-0 Owensboro. As that pass is complete, or a kick over to the far side, it is going to be recovered, dropped by Grayson County, and it's a hit on the far side. Someone's blown up, and did Owensboro recover this one or not? There's a mass of players over on the far side, and it is Grayson County that does fall down on top of it. Looks like that was recovering that for Grayson County was Tanner Finley, and an Owensboro player laid a massive hit on the far side of the field trying to blow up the Grayson County player they had 2 returners back there. I think McCready dropped it, and Van Meter tried to make a play, and Van Meter got blown up in the backfield there. 5:45 to play here in the first half. It is all Red Devils, 35-0. Grayson County is going to have the ball placed on their own 22-yard line. Handoff right side, and the carry up to about the 26-yard line on the run for Grayson County was Chandler McCready. Give him about 4 yards on the run. Second down and about 5 or 6 will come up for Grayson County. As it'll be in the gun will be Decker. Actually, he goes under center this time. He has 2 running backs behind him. Decker's going to run it was a misdirection handoff to the right side. That was almost a little wing T look there. As in on the run was McCready for Grayson County, and you kind of saw Hart County run that a little bit last week where the quarterback would run one way and he'd hand it off to the other way, and Hart County was doing whatever they wanted with it. Grayson County tries a little bit of their own there. Picks up 1 yard on the run. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Grayson County. They need to get the ball into the 31. They have it at the 27. They trail this one 35-0. 4 minutes, 24 seconds, and counting to play. Decker rolls out to the far side on the run and dives towards the first down marker, and he's going to have enough. First down Cougars. Kaylor Decker carries it across the right side. And that was a nice play. That's one of the best plays looking for Grayson County on the ground all night as it's taken to the 33-yard line, a 6-yard run for the senior quarterback Kaylor Decker. Decker committed to play college football at Greenville University, a Division III school outside of St. Louis. Going to go under center again, kind of with this a little bit of a wing T look as well. Going to hand it off to one of the wing backs, carry across the right side on the run. And Grayson's having a little bit of success switching into this little bit of wing T look. It actually might have been Tom's on the carry for Grayson County. As the ball is carried up to the 37-yard line, 4 yards on the run. As your 2 running backs in the backfield joining are McCready. And now it's going to be a handoff to a pass by Decker. He had Toms up the seam, tried to catch him sleeping, and overthrows Toms. As they kept running this wing T look, and that's why you run it, because Decker just did a quick pass and just put a little bit too much on it. And if Toms catches that one, he had a pathway to the end zone. 35-0. It'll be 3rd down and 6 coming up for Grayson. See what Grayson County will draw up in this situation. They trail 35-0 against Owensboro. In the gun. The running back is to the left of Decker this time. 3 wide receivers to the left side. He will throw and pass complete on the screen. Blockers ahead. First down, Cougars. As the pass is complete and the run. Nice job blocking down the field for Grayson County. And picking up the first down there for the Cougars on the run was Michael Wood. As Wood gets that ball up to the 45-yard line, 8 yards and a first down Grayson County. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. It is all Owensboro 35-0, but the Grayson offense here, last drive and this drive, you're seeing some spurts. Some spurts where they've looked like they've been able to move the ball against this Red Devil defense, and it's sad that it almost just came a little bit too late here already in this game. 3 to the right side, 1 here to the near side. Grayson County in the shotgun formation. It'll be a handoff, and McCready has some space. Nice block on the near side, and McCready carries that ball up near midfield. So really nice block across this near side for Grayson County. Holding his blocker the entire way was Owen Branchard. 4 yards on the run for McCready up to his own 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Grayson. 1:20 to play here in the first half, and it's interesting here if Grayson County might start using some of their timeouts, trying to get some momentum here just to have something good to happen here in this first half. They didn't score in the first half of the game against Owensboro when they played a couple of weeks ago. Decker drops the snap in the backfield. It's just going to have to fall down on top of it. It'll be 3rd down and long for Grayson County. As Decker gets another miscommunication there on the snap in the backfield, and it's dropped to the 42-yard line, a 7-yard loss. And it'll be 3rd down at about 13. 45 seconds and counting, and now this kind of changes things because the last thing you want is to give Owensboro the ball back. But I would imagine that if I'm Owensboro, you probably just run a couple plays and make sure that nothing else, because you've got this one in the bag already in this game. In the gun goes Decker. McCready to the left side. Trips to the right. 1 here to the near side. Decker to pass. 3-step drop. Now steps up. He's going to scramble and be brought down and smashed in the backfield by Kendrick Williams, the senior. And he is going to be dropped, and that will probably be the final play of the first half. Grayson County trails this one 35-0. As it doesn't look like they will take another snap. That's the last play of the first half. It is all Owensboro through one half of play. 35-0 is the score. This is Cougar football on K105.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, at Midway Pharmacy.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Mix K105. Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to the halftime show on K105. Grayson County trails this one 35-0 at the half, and you look at this, and I think if you're head coach Brian Jones, there's probably some things in that half that you liked. Your offense did have some really nice positive plays that really they didn't have when you came here 2 weeks ago. And so there's some things that you probably aren't necessarily the biggest fan of, and it's just been way too easy for Owensboro. And look, and again, we've talked about it time and time again. If this game was played 1,000 times, Owensboro probably wins 999 of them. Owensboro is a really good team, and they have a very good shot at winning the state title here in a couple of weeks and hoisting the trophy at Cougar Field. But Grayson County, in a lot of ways, is just making it way too easy for them right now. And because of that, you're in a 35-0 situation, running clock for the second half. And, for these seniors, they'll get 24 more minutes of playing Grayson County Cougar football. I think the question that Brian Jones is probably going to give his team right now is, what do you want these last 24 minutes of your high school career to be like? And that's always a tough question to ask, and it's a tough one for some players to even consider, is that their career might not be getting ready to end. Right now it looks like the Owensboro dance team is on the field, and I'm sure that it's picking up in my microphone, but right now the press box is shaking. They're playing this music they're playing this music really loud here at Owensboro, and it'll never forget when I was at Allen County, Scottsville a couple years ago, which I know I've said that it's one of the few games that I wish we had K105 Digital Productions for during my first year because it was a fantastic football game. Grayson County lost it 38-35. It was just one of the best games I've seen, and I'd love to be able to go back, watch it again, with the call and see and do it, but their music right now, I'm not sure if it's picking up or not on my microphone on how loud it is, but I couldn't think at Allen County, Scottsville. It was so loud. You could barely hear me, and my microphone is, maybe an inch and a half away. You couldn't hear me. The music was so loud. It was shaking the press box. It was unbelievable. Not quite as bad here, but thank you for allowing me to indulge you on that story from my past. It was exactly what I know you at home was wanting to hear right now. Grayson County trails this one 35-0 at the half. And coming up, we're going to jump into our Cougar in the Classroom segment. And today we're going to head back to Grayson County Middle School. And as I said on In the Know, Mark was asking me, he said, okay, you want to do a tease? And I said, we're going to learn how to talk without talking. I guess I'll just leave it at that. Our Cougar in the Classroom segment will come up here next, as this is Grayson County Cougar football as the Cougars trail this one 35-0 with 10 minutes and 55 seconds left here in the halftime period. They trail this one 35-0. This is Cougar football on K105.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We, the people, are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
While the Cougar athletic teams get most of the spotlight from the community, it's in the classroom where they first learn to succeed. This season, we'll be featuring some of the people and programs that are making a difference in the lives of Grayson County students. Tonight's Cougars in the Classroom, presented by McDonald's of Litchfield, takes us to the Grayson County Middle School, where students are learning to communicate in a new way.
This year, I'm participating in American Sign Language. I also did this during the summer. We had summer school, and that was one of the enrichment activities that the kids got to do this summer.
Rita Mullins is a language arts teacher at GCMS. For Mullins, sign language has a special meaning.
And my mom had a sister who was deaf, and because of that, I was always curious, growing up. And then I took some classes in college for sign language. And for a time, I signed for my church. There were some deaf people who were coming to the church. And so it just became more of a mission, I guess, to educate people and to help people who were hearing impaired.
The club hopes to give students the ability to communicate using sign language.
We start with the basics. They learn the alphabet, numbers, and then we work our way up through animals. That's always a big one. And hopefully by the end of the year, and some are already there, hopefully they're going to be able to have a conversation with me.
From the first day of meeting, the mission of the club is simple.
We're going to have fun in the club and just to relax, just to be themselves and not to worry about what they look like or what a deaf person might sound like, and just have fun really and learn while we're doing it.
Mullins says that students sign outside of the club as well.
I think teachers are curious too when they see kids. The other day I was a little girl who's picked up some stuff and she's already doing sentences. They were like, "Are y'all signing back and forth to each other?" And she was like, "What's going on? What are you saying?" So it's just a matter of somebody asking a question and then we'll answer it.
The club gives students a new and unique topic to learn about.
Well, I have a little girl right now who's already expressed interest that she wants to be a hearing impaired teacher. So she really has set some goals, and she probably has already acquired probably 500 words just during Cougar's own club. So, it's something that kids just give it a shot. They may really enjoy it, and most of the time they do when they get here because they're learning something different.
The Sign Language Club is a part of Cougar Zone. Cougar Zone, according to Mullins, is a very beneficial program.
Cougar Zone is amazing. Lots of kids do not take advantage of it. We have tutoring 4 days a week, and kids can stay 2 hours each day if they're behind. They can come just and chill for a while, just to have a quiet place to work. I can see where kids, it's a big advantage for kids. They maybe we're failing. They can come study for a test. We've seen a lot of success with Cougar Zone. We also have a lot of other clubs too. We have Spanish Club and Top Chef where they can learn to cook.
I am Chase Blaine reporting for Cougars in the Classroom, brought to you by McDonald's of Litchfield. The halftime show will continue in just a moment.
The pandemic changed our world and the way we work, live, and connect. But there are better days ahead.
As a boy, I fought polio. Today, America's been polio-free for 40 years thanks to vaccination. We'll beat COVID-19 with vaccine too. Protect yourself and your family. Get vaccinated.
Learn more at cdc.gov/coronavirus. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Welcome back here to Rash Stadium, where it is 35-0. Owensboro leads this one against Grayson County as we're getting closer to getting back underway here in the second half of play. Try to see if we can't run down a score or two from around the region. Obviously, not a ton of games happening tonight since it's being Thursday night football. One score that I have from the Bowling Green area, South Warren leads Christian County 14-0. 7 minutes to play in the first quarter of that game. A good game, kind of a rare good game, with 6:27 to play in the first half. Collins leads West Jessamine 17-14. Mason County leads Powell County 23-0. 5:20 to play in the second quarter of that game. And again, yes, you're probably wondering, why are you giving me the score of the Mason County-Powell County game? Because there aren't many scores to bring you. One from my neck of the woods. Ryle leads Campbell County 21-7. Game is at the half there. Newport Central Catholic leads Bellevue 28-0. And again, at this point, I don't really have that many scores to bring you, so we're going to bring you some of those random ones from the northern portion of the state as well. West Jessamine has just taken a 21-17 lead against Collins. That looks like it's the game to watch right now, but maybe Grayson County can turn this into something, and you never know. That's why you play the game. We'll be in a running clock for the remainder of this game, but I think if you're Grayson County and your head coach Brian Jones, you're wanting to see some fight from your team. It wouldn't shock me if you put some of the younger guys in here as well and give them some varsity experience because they're the future. I mean, you look at this team, we've gotten to see a lot of next year's group. You know, your Michael Woods, your Jaron Van Meters, Hunter Felty not in uniform tonight, but he's somebody that they'll look forward to next season. On the defensive side of the ball, the Stephen Lees. I'm going to miss names, so I'm going to try not to keep naming them. But, Waylon Bruce's, Will Scott's, those guys, just get them just some more experience and go to the bench. Get a guy like Grayson Chaffins in there. Let him run some offense. He's another one of these future potential stars of this Grayson County team. And see what you can't do is you play to win the game and see what you can't do. Looks like Grayson County is actually still in. I'm not sure if they're here. They come. They're coming back in as they didn't go to the locker room. They stayed behind, but they're retaking the field right now. We'll take a break, come back. The second half of action comes up next. This is Cougar Football on K105.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Cougar football on K105.
Grayson County and Owensboro here as we get close to starting the second half of play, as they've just started the 3-minute warm-up clock here. As we look forward, and in fact this will give me a little bit of an opportunity as Grayson County trails Owensboro 35-0 here in the first round of the Class 5A playoffs, as basketball season starting very soon. In fact, it's coming up real quick. Meet the Cougar Night is 2 weeks from tomorrow. So that will be at the high school. Some officials and some details are still being ironed out, but I know that the Cougar boys basketball team on Saturday, the day after that, on November the 20th, they're going to be hosting a slate of scrimmages all day. So if you're a basketball fan, the first game's at 9 and the Cougars play at 7 o'clock, and there's games the entire day. So you'll be able to, if you're a fan of high school basketball, you can go and support the team, and it'll be a lot of fun. A lot of good basketball, kind of getting the first touch of some of these teams. I know Whitesville Trinity is playing in it. I think Ohio County is in there as well, as I know Coach Johnston was sending me the schedule earlier, and I'll see if I can't pull it up on my phone as I talk here, because it'll be interesting to get kind of a look at some of the other teams in this area, as game one from that preseason tournament, or preseason jamboree. You have Breck County against Logan County. Then you have Whitesville Trinity against Casey County. Central Hardin against McCracken County. John Hardin against Murray. Apollo against Hart County. And then we'll wrap up at the end of the night with Grayson County against Caldwell County. So that'll be the final game of that night. That'll be November the 20th. It's Grayson County Jamboree to give you an opportunity to see a bunch of really good high school basketball. And then the teams will open up the 2021-22 regular season November the 30th, as they will host Breckenridge County in a girl-boy doubleheader that'll open up the year. And I know that first week as well we'll have, I think, the boys hosting Central Hardin. You'll have girls going to North Hardin hosting John Hardin. You've got a lot of E-Town teams there in that first week of the season. I mean, basketball season can be coming here before we know it, and it should be exciting to get onto the hardwood. Cougar boys, I know, have some high expectations. Lady Cougars also trying to defend a 12th district championship. The Grayson County basketball team swept them last year. I'm sure if it were up to them, they'd keep the titles in Litchfield for one more year. Its district tournament this year will be held at Butler County High School. Our score right now, 35-0 as we get ready to start the second half of play. Owensboro leads this one against Grayson County. Winner of tonight's game will advance to face the winner of Graves County, Breckenridge County. That game will happen tomorrow evening from Mayfield, Kentucky. And Owensboro going to kick this one away to Grayson County. As if you want a positive, Grayson County didn't allow Owensboro to score in the final 7 minutes and 32 seconds of the second quarter. Now, they held the ball for most of that point, but still, it's good that they ran a long extended drive, didn't end in points, but when you're trying to find positives, that's a positive that you can look into. Andrew Lands to kick this one away from left to right on your radio dial. Sam Gormley with you this evening here from a chilly Rash Stadium. It's definitely football weather. Everybody bundled up in layers. Lands, it's a shorter kick. It's going to be caught back at about the 14-yard line by Grayson County. They're going to fake the pitch. It is McCready who goes right up the middle, carries this one up to near the 20-yard line on the return. That's where Grayson County is going to bring out their starting offense one more time. And the Grayson County Owensboro, when you look at the series history between these two teams, it has not just been Owensboro every single time. Grayson County, nearly 11 years to the day. Tomorrow will be 11 years since Grayson County beat Owensboro. The only time they have in program history was here at Rash Stadium in the playoffs, a 28-22 win for the Cougars. And there was some hope potentially that they could have stunned them again here tonight, but it doesn't appear that that will be the situation. Under center will go Kaylor Decker, the senior quarterback. And he appears that he was trying to hand it off, but I don't think ever ended up getting the chance to. As he tried to hand it across the right side, but looks like the Owensboro defensive line pushed backwards. It didn't allow him to get anything on the play. It'll be no gain. 2nd down and 10 will come up for Grayson County. So one thing about the Owensboro press box here at Rash Stadium is it's not centered on the 50-yard line. And instead, right now, our vantage point is, as I look out my window, I'm centered pretty much on about the 33-yard line of Owensboro right now. So I'm all the way down on the other side of the field, and makes it a little bit more difficult to see some things at times. We have a whistle blown on the far side of the field, and a timeout is going to be taken by Brian Jones on the far side of the field. He obviously saw something he didn't like, and we will take that timeout with him with 10:31 to play here in the third quarter. It is Owensboro 35, Grayson County 0. This is Cougar football on K105.
We the people are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Welcome back here to Rash Stadium, where it is 35-0. Owensboro leads this one against Grayson County out of the timeout. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Grayson. They'll go in the shotgun formation for Decker. A little bit of a high snap. Dwight Decker, a 4-step drop. He's going to step up, look to scramble, and he's wrapped up by one arm and dropped for a loss on the play. As in there on the sack for Owensboro was Ethan Pendleton. And Owensboro surprisingly keeping some of their varsity defenders out on the field right now. You see Savon Hines, you still see Kenyatta Carbon. I thought that they would shift more to the JV team, especially when you have a 35-0 lead, and they're looking into next weekend playing a potential. They'll be hosting either Graves County or Breckenridge County. Looks like they are going to say maybe a loss of 1 yard on the run. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for Grayson County. Decker will go into the gun. McCready lines up next to him. Decker to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Throws. It is complete at the line of scrimmage. And up across the far side goes Michael Wood. It's a short gain. And it'll be well short of the 1st down marker. As Wood goes out of bounds. At about in fact, they're going to say the line of scrimmage is a 2-yard gain to the 21-yard line. It'll be 4th down and long. And is Grayson County going to keep their offense out on the field? It appears that they will. And I guess at this point, why not? What more do you have to lose? And they're going to spread it out 5 wide. 3 to the right, 2 here to the near side. Decker in the gun. Owensboro showing blitz up the middle. They're going to rush 4. Decker passes over the middle. The pass is complete. Well short of the 1st down. That'll be turnover on downs. As it was a slant route run by Jaron Van Meter. He needed to get to the 32. Only got to about the 28. And that'll be a turnover on downs. The ball will go back to Owensboro. Officially to the 29-yard line. A turnover on down for Grayson County. Owensboro going to get the ball here, leading 35-0, 8 minutes, 24 seconds to play here in the third quarter. And it is going to be Casey Boone remaining in the game here at quarterback. A little bit of a surprise. They're staying with their starters. Pass down here to the near side, way overthrown, and looked like some miscommunication. He was looking for Ethan Pendleton. And Chandler McCready almost had a chance at an interception. That's either Ethan Pendleton ran a little bit of a curl route And Casey Boone thought he was running straight into the end zone, going to the back pylon, and overthrew that one. It's one of the first no-gain plays for Owensboro in this game. Barksdale, handoff up the middle, and he is just carrying defenders with him as he gets down inside the 20-yard line. That should be enough for a first down. And that was Tramel Barksdale just doing whatever he wanted on the run. And that is a 10-yard pickup, first down, Owensboro. 35-0. Owensboro leads this as we approach the 7-minute mark of this third quarter. Again, we are in a running clock situation. And off to Barksdale. He tries to get across the near side. He's across the 15, spins around there. And that's where he's going to be swallowed up by the Grayson County defensive line in there on the tackle for the Cougars. And now the pile continues to carry him down inside the 10-yard line. The ball comes out. Grayson County has it. And I think Grayson County right now is wondering, how did you not blow that play dead as his momentum had stopped? But he just carried that pile down to the 5-yard line, a 14-yard run. And I'm shocked there that you weren't able to, they didn't blow that play dead because his momentum had stopped. Under center will go Boone. Barksdale lines up behind him. Man in motion, shifts, and it's going to be handoff to the shifter across the left side. He'll go in untouched. Touchdown Owensboro. That is Javius Taylor. A 5-yard touchdown run, and the Red Devils lead this one 41-0. And Andrew Lands will be on to attempt the extra point with 6:06 to play here in the third quarter. Lands is perfect tonight. Looking to make it 6 of 6. It's a good snap. It's a good hold. It's long enough, and he splits the uprights. Owensboro leads this 42-0. 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. This is Cougar football on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County Schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Owensboro to kick this one deep for Grayson County. They lead this one 42-0. It's a short kick that's run under and muffed by Grayson County. They're going to pick it up at the 25, and Van Meter pays the price for it as he was hit as he picked it up at the 24, driven backwards now to the 21-yard line, and that's where Grayson County is going to get the football here to start their second drive of this second half. They trail this one 42-0 with 4:17 to play here in the third quarter. As Grayson County will have it. In fact, they're going to give them a little bit better field position to the 23. As under center will go Decker. And it is going to be a carry himself on the quarterback sweep across the right side. He gets it up to about the 26-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run for Decker. And that was a nice run. I mean, Decker just pushing forward. It's not a negative play. And that's what Grayson County needs here. They just need some positive plays here to move forward and try and end with a positive taste in your mouth. Decker again goes under center. They're going to line up kind of in this wing T formation that we saw him run at times in the first half. And it's going to be a handoff on a little like fullback dive for one of the wingbacks for Grayson County up across this near side. That was McCready on the run. He's near the first down marker, but will be about 1 or 2 yards short. So he carried that one up to the 31-yard line, gets 5 yards on the dive, and it'll be 3rd down and 2. Decker again goes under center. Wood lines up to the right side. McCready lines up to the left side of this little kind of wing T look. Kept by Decker across the right side. He's got the first down and almost broke a tackle that he'd had a lot of room to work. He carries that one up to the 40-yard line. Decker on the run gets 9 yards and a first down, Cougars. First down and 10 for Grayson County. And in fact, they only give him to the 39 there. That didn't look like necessarily the greatest spot in the world. 2 minutes, 23 seconds to play here in the third quarter. It is 42-0. Grayson County trails Owensboro. And they're going to remain in this kind of wing T look. McCready is the left back. Wood is the right back. 2 wide receivers to the right side. No one down here to the near side. Decker again carries it himself across the right side. So he just kind of went behind the right tackle. Tanner Finley there and let Finley try and make him some space. You can give him that ball to the 41. 2 yards on the run. It'll be second down and 8 coming up for Grayson County. They trail this one 42-0 against Owensboro. 1 minute, 45 seconds to play here in the third quarter. This time Bradshaw will shift down here to the near side. 1 wide receiver to the right side. Decker again. This time he does hand it off to the right side to Wood. And Wood carries that up to the 45-yard line on the run. Give him 4 yards. It'll be third down and manageable for Grayson County. In fact, I thought that they gave Decker maybe a yard short. This time I think they gave Wood maybe an extra yard on the run, so it evens itself out. It'll be third down and 3 for Grayson County. The ball is placed on their own 46-yard line. Grayson needs to get it to the 49. Definite 4-down territory for the Cougars. Decker hands it off right side and looks like he might be just about a yard short on the run. It'll all depend on the spot. It was just a dive across the right side on the run for McCready. And that is a first down, Cougars. He did get just enough, a 3-yard pickup. And Grayson County's looking into running their first play, and it would be the first play of the game run in Owensboro territory. If they can do it here, all they need would be 1 yard. So we've not had a single play run in Owensboro territory in this game. Can they change it right now? Decker under center. Pitches to the far side, and that is across the 50-yard line, and that'll do it. That'll move forward, and that'll move the ball up to the Grayson County 49-yard line. Michael Wood on the run there. And that is a 2-yard run. And that is the final play of the third quarter. It is Owensboro 42, Grayson County 0. Grayson County trails this one. This is Cougar football on K105.
Wash your hands, stay home, cover your cough. It's our new reality with COVID-19, and that means calling ahead instead of going directly to a doctor or hospital if you're sick. It means being more patient. We're all in this together, and we all have a role in preventing the spread. So, prepare, focus on the essentials, protect, keep some space from people outside your home, and disinfect a lot. Get the facts at kycovid19.ky.gov. Prepare, protect, disinfect.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Welcome back here to Rash Stadium. Grayson County trails this one 42-0 as we get ready to start the second half of play. It's nice that I can kind of see a little bit more of this offense as it's moved down more to our side of the field. Faking the handoff, throwing down the far side, not looking Jaron Van Meter until it was too late. As Grayson had just kept the ball on the ground and Decker trying to keep him sleeping. And it'll fall incomplete and it'll be third down and 8. That was Grayson County's first play, not only just Grayson County's first play, but the first play of the entire game run into Owensboro territory. And we are with about 11 and a half minutes to play here in tonight's game. Owensboro leads this one 42-0. And this is going to be one for Grayson County to forget, but you got to try and end on positive notes. They did when they played this Owensboro team a couple of weeks ago. They ended with a long touchdown run by Kaylor Decker. Built some momentum, and momentum is a good thing. Decker under center. Wood to the left, McCready to the right. Be a handoff, Wood across the left side. Woods across the 45. Gets down near the first down marker, but it appears that he's going to be maybe a yard short. And they're going to place this to the 43. Wood needed to get to the 42. Grayson, it'll be fourth down and a short two, a long one. Obvious four-down territory for the Cougars. Fourth down and about two coming up for Grayson. One wide receiver on each side. Decker under center. He's going to hand it off left side. Michael Wood, first down, Cougars. Wood carries that down to the 38-yard line, 5 yards on the run for Grayson County. Cougars trail this one 48-0, 10 minutes, 20 seconds, and counting to play here in the fourth quarter. That's a really nice run by Michael Wood across that left side. First down and 10 for Grayson. Ball placed on the Owensboro 38-yard line. Decker gets the play call from the second-year head coach Brian Jones. This time they're going to go back to the shotgun formation, shifting out of the wing T. Trips here to the near side. McCready is to the left of Decker in the shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff. Decker has a big hole across the left side, dives forward. And it was a little slow to get to the hole, and that allowed for Owensboro to have enough time to recover and bring him down on that left side as the carry gets down to the 36-yard line. Only 2 yards on the run for Decker. This will be the 12th play of the drive for Grayson County. Trying to end the season with some points. They'll go with that same formation. 3 here to the near side. Ball placed in the far hash. One wide receiver to the left. Decker rolls out here to the near side. Scans the defense. Throws over. Complete to Van Meter at the 25-yard line. Jaron Van Meter catches it and was immediately hit and driven backwards, but that'll be enough for a first down Cougars. That'll be a 10-yard pickup on the pass completion to Jaron Van Meter. And they're going to place this to the 25, so more towards 11. First down and 10 for Grayson County. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to play here in tonight's game. Grayson County trails this one 42-0. First down and 10. Decker will go back under center. They'll stick here with this little wing T look. Wood to the left. McCready to the right. Be a handoff to Wood across the left side. Wood's down inside the 20-yard line. Grayson County in the red zone. On the run by Michael Wood across the left side as he gets down to the 18-yard line. And it'll be second down and about 3 or 4 coming up for Grayson County. Cougars in the red zone this year, other than one game, have been very, very, very good. 21 of 25. 3 of those misses came against Breckenridge County. The other one, well, that was the final drive of the game against Butler County. So you look at 2 of the heartbreakers that Grayson County's lost this season have been the only 2 times that Grayson County has missed in the red zone this year. Decker keeps this himself across the right side. He's got a hole inside the 10, 5, touchdown Cougars. Kaylor Decker keeps it himself, carries that one in from 18 yards out, and Grayson County is on the board with an 18-yard touchdown run by Kaylor Decker. 7:15 to play here in the fourth quarter. And that's good momentum there. Really nice run by Decker, really nice blocking across the near side as well. Jackson Kane on to attempt the extra point, 15 of 20. On the season, and really most of his misses have not been his fault. And the kick is up, it's long enough, and he splits the uprights. Jackson Kane completes on the point after attempt, and Grayson County is on the board. It is 42-7 after the touchdown run by Kaylor Decker. And I love seeing that for this Grayson County team to try and end on the positive note, and Owensboro going to shift their offense out onto the field presumably would be their JV offense. As Owensboro, though, will advance to next week's second round of the Class 5A playoffs. They will host either Graves County or Breckenridge County. I think here, if you're Jackson Kane, he's a junior. He's probably going to try and show more to Brian Jones that he can be an even better kicker than he already is. I throw down an onside kick here. Why not? What do you have to lose if you're Grayson County? Looks like Cougars do have their line shifted kind of towards the left side. Kane is going to take this from the far hash. I like it. Somebody over there on the Grayson County sideline has the Cougar flag and is running up and down the sideline. I like it. It might be a 42-7 game, but Cougar faithful are still having some fun. Kane will kick it deep. And it is going to be caught back at the 15-yard line by Owensboro. Across the 20, across the 25, down here across the 30-yard line, across the 35, and being brought down there on the play by Weston Green, the sophomore. As that kickoff return takes the ball up to about the 36-yard line. That's where Owensboro is going to get the ball with 4 minutes and 55 seconds to play here in tonight's game. Grayson County going to finish this season 4-7. And the start to the 2022 season is, I told Brian Jones after last season when the Cougars fell to Graves County in the first round that the game against Edmondson would be here before we know it, and it really did come very quick. So there's a handoff slipping on his cut at the line of scrimmage. It's a new running back into the game for Owensboro, and that's the freshman Dion Winstead. Winstead had a big game against Grayson County when he came in the second half a couple of weeks ago, and he gets no gain on that play, might have even lost a yard. Second down and 10 coming up. Winstead broke a big run against Grayson in the game 2 weeks ago. To pass down here to the near side, it's also a new quarterback in the game across the 40-yard line, across the 50, tight ropes the sideline, spins, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. And a late hit comes in, and they're going to throw a penalty flag. And if they call that a late hit on Grayson County, that'll be a terrible call by the official. As they were playing, the official blew the play dead, and if they call that a late hit out of bounds, that will not be a good call by the official. We'll see what it is. It might be holding, though. We'll see what the call is. The whistle came late, and they're going to call that a late hit, and that's just not a good call by the officials. It might be one of the first penalties that we've had in this entire game, and that's not a good one. Ball moves down to the 31-yard line. I usually don't like to say things like that, but it happened right in front of us. The whistle was late by the official, and by the time that is, Jackson Kane couldn't do anything to stop as that carries gets down to the 26-yard line. The new quarterback in the game is Trevor DeLacy. He's now 7 of 19 passing on the season for about 175 yards as that carry is down to the 27-yard line, 4 yards on the run by Winstead. Under 3 minutes to play here. It is Owensboro 42, Grayson County 7. 3 wide receivers to the right side, 1 here to the near side. In the gun, obviously letting the time clock as there's 12 seconds on the play clock. Owensboro obviously in no rush at all. They're looking ahead to either Graves County or Breckenridge County. They snap it with 5 on the clock. DeLacy's going to keep this himself with a jet sweep across the right side. He's inside the 10-yard line, inside the 10, and he keeps his legs moving and carries that down to about the 7-yard line on the run. 20-yard pickup for Trevor DeLacy. DeLacy is the freshman quarterback, 5'10". He's the future of this Owensboro offense. 2:08 to play here in tonight's game. Grayson County trails this one 42-7. DeLacy in the gun. See if the Red Devils will just let this play clock tick all the way down as there's 20 seconds remaining on it. 1:50 to play in tonight's game. Obviously, no rush to snap the ball. There's no point in adding even more harm to this score if you're Owensboro against a Grayson County team. They'll snap it with 5 again on the clock. It's a handoff near side, brought down in the backfield for a loss. Hunter Toms comes in there to bring down the running back Winstead. That's one of the better defensive plays in the game for Grayson County, and Toms can end his high school career on a good note, as that's a tackle for a loss, and he just came across the edge and did a really, really nice job. It'll be 2nd down and goal, ball placed in the 11-yard line. 1:05 and counting to play. Owensboro probably will snap this ball with, about 45 seconds on the clock. And maybe it looks like they're just going to go into the victory formation. I like that from Owensboro. No point in adding anymore. They're going to throw a knee down. They're going to have to knee it one more time to close this one out. And Owensboro is going to win this one tonight by a final score of 42-7. We want to invite you to stay tuned in for our 5th quarter show. We'll hopefully get a chance to talk to the head coach of the Cougars, Brian Jones, get his thoughts on this game, as our final score tonight is Owensboro 42, Grayson County 7. The Cougars finish this season with a 4-7 record, and they will open next season at home against Edmondson County. 13 seconds on the clock, but that'll do it. Owensboro advances to the Class 5A Round 2 of the playoffs with a 42-7 victory. We'll come back and get ready to wrap things up after this, as this is Cougar football on K105.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
We, the people, are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Rash Stadium, where the Grayson County Cougars fall tonight in the first round of the Class 5A playoffs to the Owensboro Red Devils by a final score of 42-7. And I think it's one of those things that you ran into a team that can very easily win the state title here coming up in a couple of weeks towards the end. I think it's the early December. The first Saturday in December might be the state championship game. And this Owensboro team very well could be there. And Grayson County right now at this point just doesn't have the athletes to compete against Owensboro. And that doesn't make this conversation any easier that Brian Jones is right now having with his team, because you know what? If you've ever been a part of a team, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a sports team, it can be, at work or anything. When it comes to an end and maybe somebody's leaving or it's a new step, it's tough. It doesn't matter. I mean, you are close with these teammates. I mean, Brian Jones, I know last year when we asked him, is that he described last year's team, and I'm sure he feels the same exact way about this team, next year's team, and every team he'll have for the remainder of his time here at Grayson County High School and every single coaching staff that he'll have for the remainder of his career is that he says that these are the sons he'll never have. He has 3 daughters, and the Grayson County football team are the sons he'll never have. That was his direct quote last year, and I think in a lot of ways, I mean, it just shows how much he cares about this team. And I was listening back to our interview before the start of the season, and I asked him, I said, how will you define the 2021 season as a success? He didn't talk about anything about wins or losses, yard marks, this, that, whatever it is. He talked about, do we build good young men who will become good fathers, good teammates, and good citizens? And I think you're seeing that. This team went through a lot this season. I mean, if you've watched it all year, you know exactly what they are. And I know that, and you know what, we've seen them. I mean, in a lot of ways, no one has watched this Cougar football team over the last 4 years play more than myself. And I'm proud of this group. They went through a lot. You know, if you followed the team, you know exactly what they've been through. And I think that there's a lot to be proud of if you're this coaching staff. Sure, you look at a 4-7 record. Could it have been better? Sure. But there are a lot of things that are a lot bigger than the game of football that this team succeeded in life. Becoming good young men that will become great citizens into their future life. Grayson County falls in their season finale here tonight by a final score of 42-7. We'll come back and jump into the 5th quarter show after this, as this is Cougar football on K105.
We the people are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost these. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at? Underlay, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
When caring for a family member, their state of health is continually on your mind. And when they're faced with a health concern, you'll do just about anything to make them feel better. Rest assured, their feel better starts right here at Midway Pharmacy. We take our time to get to know all about your family's health history so we can provide you with educated advice. So when someone's counting on you to help them maintain a healthy lifestyle or to overcome that untimely sickness, remember, your feel better starts here at Midway Pharmacy.
Hey, boss. Okay.
Said I'm fine.
Put me to bed, see you in the morning. With the frosted Superman, but it wasn't on it. And we lost these. In my head, in my head, in my head. Where you at? Underlay, in my head.
Hey, son.
Hey, Bob.
You know you can talk to me.
Yeah.
Welcome back here to Rash Stadium, where the Grayson County Cougars 2021 season ends here tonight with a 42-7 loss to the Owensboro Red Devils. As I think here in a moment, in fact, I look down, head coach Brian Jones is getting ready to make his way up the stairs here, so we'll get a chance to talk with him, get his thoughts on the matchup moving forward into next season, and so on. As it's a tough night. No matter how you draw it up, it is always tough when you end a season like this, and but like I mentioned, Brian Jones probably has a lot to be very, very happy with his team because they've been through a lot. We'll talk to Coach Jones coming up next, as this is Cougar Football on K105.
Hi, I'm Janine Lucas with Wilson Muir Bank. Our focus is on building communities, and in many of our markets, agriculture is at heart of those communities. We are proud to partner with local farmers and value your role in Kentucky and globally. Our commitment runs deep because we understand your passion for farming. Many of us are farmers ourselves. Whether farming is your pastime or your livelihood, invite us to your operation or stop by our offices and let us know how Wilson Muir Bank can help you grow. Together we build community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 403246.
We the people are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Future Designs, your complete home building and remodeling center.
Future Designs has everything you need from design to delivery and everything in between.
From traditional home and building construction materials to the metal roof and siding division, you'll find it at Future Designs.
Quarter paint is also available at Future Designs.
Start at the foundation of any project and work your way up with Futures.
You'll find the product, service, and advice needed for a strong structure.
There's a reason they call it the builder's choice.
Find out why at Future Designs on Quarry Road in Litchfield.
Here we go.
Cougar Football on K105.
Welcome back here to Rash Stadium, where the Grayson County Cougars fall tonight by a final score of 42-7. Joined now by the head coach of the Cougars, head coach Brian Jones, and Coach. I know this conversation's never easy. Your team has been through a lot this season. What was your message to them after this game?
Well, yeah, it was actually just that, that there was a few games, obviously, that we'd have liked to see go the other way. But I told him, I said, ultimately the thing that I'm most proud about is, as a group, the seniors come through, I think, with 24 or 25 wins in their 4 years, which is really good. Puts them up there pretty high as far as classes that go through with the number of wins. And I said, ultimately the thing that I'm most proud about is how they've handled the last 2 years. It's not easy. Last year, our summer was virtually non-existent until after the dead period, and then the fear of COVID and all the things that we had to do. They handled that just picture perfect. And then the adversity we faced this year. With McCready and injuries and, COVID still. And I told them that, ultimately what makes me proud is how they've been able to get through to have these games. And, I think that will lead to future success in their life. And I've said from day one, to me, that's my job, is to help guide these guys into being young men. And I told them that, what I've seen out of them and them grow over 4 years is, leads me in a really good place to believe that these guys are going to go on to be great successes in their personal lives. And I think that they'll look back on some of these things over the last 4 years, and when tough times get tough again, that they'll be able to get through them, because the last 2 years have been tough. 2 years ago, COVID was hard, and the worry every day of who's going to show up to practice, and you may have to change positions, and we may have to schedule a different team, and all these different things last year. And then, like I said, this year was just I think this year was probably tougher. COVID seemed to affect youth more, so we battled that with the kids. It seemed like we had a lot more quarantines and different things in that realm. But how they handled standing beside Chandler and his tough times, and that is something as a coach and as a father myself that makes me extremely proud. I couldn't be more proud of them. And I told him, I said, I've said it since I've been in coaching. I didn't get sons of my own, so I look at these kids as my sons. And so I told him, I said, when you guys have success, that makes me on cloud nine. I said, when you guys are hurt, I'm hurt. And so it ultimately it sucks for the season to end, but I'm extremely proud of these guys.
You kind of touched on it a little bit, but I was listening back to our interview before the Edmonson County game, and I asked you the question of how do you define a season as success? And you didn't mention wins or losses. You didn't mention anything that was on the field. It was all off the field based on building young men. Was this season a success when it comes to that?
I think so. I mean, there were some tough times, some really tough times. We had Cooper Goff, a senior, not able to play tonight. And, like I said, I don't know that there's many situations much tougher than what Chandler McCready had to go through midseason. Kaylor Decker's in and out of the lineup with his own health issues, and and the way that everybody kind of just stepped up in those situations, both on and off the field. It is, if you were to write it out, how you would want a young man to respond to some of those situations, I don't know that we could have wrote it out as good as our kids did. And, that's a testament to the parents we have in our program to raise these kids up the way that they have, and, the great young men that they're becoming.
Your 7 seniors, it's a small class, but all 7 of them played. A lot of them played both ways. Are there enough good things you can say about this group?
No, I don't think so. The adaptability, if you think back to where we were when they were freshmen, we were, schematically one way, and we were that really kind of their freshman, sophomore year. Last year, we were a totally different team with some of those guys that were in the program, and, we were line up and run right at you. And, this year it's been a complete morph, trying to, do the things that we felt was the best opportunity for this group of guys to be successful. And so their ability to come in and just adapt and go with the flow and, stay engaged with game plan week in, week out, and over the summer to learn kind of a new offense. And we got pretty RPO heavy and things like that. That stuff is great, athletically. And then, like I said, you keep going back to how they handled some of the off-the-field situations. I don't know that – I mean, we could sit here all night and talk about that group of guys and the things that they have done in their 4 years and overcame, and the work ethic in the weight room and the summer workouts and the leadership that they're leaving this program. I think there's no doubt that they're leaving the program in a better place than when it was when they were freshmen. So, they've left a really good legacy.
You look ahead to next year, and you lose 7 great seniors. But at the same time, you've got a lot of guys. I mean, the defensive line, kind of both sides of that line, you bring in a lot back. You got some young guys that got some really good varsity action this year. I mean, guys like Grayson Chaffins, Stephen Lee, Jaron Van Meer on both sides of the ball. That's got to make you feel good for the future.
Absolutely. There is there's a talented group, I feel like coming up skill-wise, offensive line, defensive line. We've replaced at least 3 offensive linemen for 3 or 4 years in a row now, I believe, and next year we should return 4 guys that played significant time throughout the season up front, and hopefully that will pay dividends come the season. There's some big kids coming up in the program. We brought up some 8th graders, some big guys coming there. And so, we just need a really good off season, and hopefully, things continue to improve in our community as far as COVID goes, and we can get back to some more normal off seasons, because this off season was nowhere near normal. You're still trying to do things, in small groups or individualized, and in a weight room, typically, things aren't that way. You're in groups of guys that can spot one another so that you can get maximum effort and motivate one another. And, we haven't had that for 2 years. So hopefully, like I said, things will continue to improve there, and we can get a more normal off season and really, get as strong as possible. And, and I think, there's some good opportunities there for us to continue to progress.
Coach, I appreciate it. This season, like you mentioned, has been one that I know I'll never forget. Probably one that that you'll never forget. I appreciate you always taking the time for us, and August will be here before you know it.
Yes, sir, it will. We hit the ground running on Monday with some young guys in the weight room, and hopefully we got a great winter. And for us, August we got to win in January through August to have success in August. So hopefully, things will go good here in the winter for off-season workouts. And I appreciate you guys. I don't get to see it live and everything like that, but I always hear great things about your coverage. I got family that watches, and you guys do a hell of a job. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that, and we'll see you next year. It comes very soon.
Yes, sir.
That's head coach Brian Jones. We'll come back, wrap up the season after this. This is Cougar football on K105.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
We the people are guaranteed 5 freedoms in the First Amendment.
Freedom of speech.
Freedom of religion.
Freedom of the press.
Freedom to peaceably assemble.
Freedom to petition the government.
Only the United States has these 5 freedoms so simply bound together and guaranteed. Think first. Learn more at thinkfirstamendment.org.
Connection. It's the name of the game in Grayson County schools. Connection with students, with colleagues, with community, through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connections that teach, that encourage, that build confidence, that show together we can, preparing students for life, equipped with real and real-world skills for success. Together, we are GC Connected.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Owensboro High School. The Grayson County Cougars fall in their season finale tonight by a final score of 42-7 to the Owensboro Red Devils. And like Coach Jones says, first off, we want to thank him for, he thanks us. We thank him for allowing us to come. And, he's very willing to always talk as far as pregame interviews, postgame interviews. And we can't thank him enough for that. And it's kind of one of those things that he's great after wins, but even better after losses, which is, I think, says a lot about him as a person and him as a coach, that he doesn't have to do this with us. We'll be here no matter what, but he makes it very easy and very enjoyable for us to bring this to you at home. If maybe you aren't in the Grayson County area, can't get out to games, or for whatever reason you want to watch Cougar football, he deserves a lot of that credit as being able to bring that to us right here. Grayson County, though, falls tonight in their regular season finale to Owensboro by that final score of 42-7. The touchdown at the end was scored by Kaylor Decker, and he had a great career here at Grayson County High School, the starting quarterback for last year and this year. Next year, there's a lot to look forward to for Grayson County, as you've got a lot of players returning, and I know I'm really excited to see what this team comes. I think we got the Tobacco Bowl to open up the year one more time. This time, though, it'll be in Litchfield, so it'll be exciting to get those two teams. Anytime that Grayson County and Edmondson County hit the field, hit the hardwood, doesn't matter what sport, hit the diamond, you know you're in for a treat. But before that, we've got basketball season. Our first game, November the 30th, will come up as the Grayson County Lady Cougars and Cougars will host Breckenridge County in a girl-boy doubleheader. That'll be from the Cougar Den. Of course, we got a new Lady Cougar head coach, familiar face, Todd Johnston will take over that program. One of his assistant coaches is Brian Jones, so that'll be kind of fun. And his wife, Elena, will also be assistant coach. And, of course, you all know Travis Johnston, the head coach of the boys program. He's very excited about what his team could potentially be here coming up this season. So that'll come up real quick. Be sure you tuned in to the K105 Sports Twitter account. We'll have you updated on the schedule. Might even release one of those tomorrow, coming up here very soon. I also want to give a shout-out to the K105 Digital Productions crew for helping us out all year long. Alex Cook was your camera operator on the field. He got you some really good shots during home games this year. Shout-out to him. He's not here tonight. Cody Brock, always running your up-top camera. Rain, shine, wind, cold, he's up there braving the elements. He might let us know afterwards, but he was always up there. Thanks to him and also to Chase Blaine. He was your host of Cougars in the Classroom this year. He had some really good stories that we learned about, trips all over Grayson County schools. Thank him for that. And he was also your director all season long. So for all of them, on a night where the Grayson County Cougars fall to Owensboro by a final score of 42-7 to wrap up the regular season with a 4-7 record, this is Sam Gormley saying, so long, everyone.